Cryptocurrencies, while offering numerous advantages, also comes with an equal number of disadvantages, equal number of risk. And so here are some key drawbacks, some key pitfalls of investing in cryptocurrencies. Number one is volatility. When it comes to volatilities, cryptocurrencies are known for their extreme price fluctuations, which can result in significant gain or loss, over a short period. They tend to fluctuate a lot. A little news, item, investor sentiment can cause these currencies to fluctuate, and that takes place within a short period, within a short time period. Number two is regulatory uncertainty. This is a serious issue because the regulatory environment for cryptocurrency is still evolving, with varying rules and legal framework across different countries, creating uncertainty for users and investors. Some countries even banned cryptocurrencies. Some countries are still deliberating whether to ban or whether to allow the currency to stay. So it all depends on the country, but that uncertainty is a prevailing factor for now. One should really take into consideration. It's a huge disadvantage when it comes to cryptocurrencies and investments. Number two is security risk. There's that security risk that is prevalent, in relation to cryptocurrency investing. While blockchain technology is secure, cryptocurrencies are still vulnerable to hacks, to scams, and theft, especially if users do not follow, laid down security practices. Very easily, you could lose your digital currency if you don't really stick to the security requirements or the security standards. You may lose your investment, as a result. Number four is lack of consumer protection. Unlike traditional banking system, traditional financial network, cryptocurrencies often lack built-in consumer protections, such as insurance or fraud recovery options. There's no insurance when it comes to cryptocurrency. If you lose your money, then of course it is gone forever. Like what happened, I think early this year or so, a well-known crypto investor, kind of lost huge amount of money, and those that invested with him equally, I've forgotten his name. Actually, I think the case is still on trial, or so. The person was arrested, in the US. So there's that possibility of scams coming into the process. Number four is number five is scalability issues. How do you scale cryptocurrencies? Some cryptocurrency fees are challenged in scaling their network to handle large number of transactions efficiently, which can lead to slow transaction time and higher fees. They find it very difficult to scale their network. All these newcomers into the system. So their network is kind of slow because of the issue of being able to adequately scale their network to be able to handle the frequency of transactions as it occurs. Number six is complexity. The technology and concept behind cryptocurrencies can be a bit complicated. It could be difficult for an average individual like me to understand, which can hinder widespread adoption of this technology. I've watched several documentaries on cryptocurrencies. I still cannot really fathom the dynamics, the mechanics, the intricacies involved in these kind of investments. Well, I'm still learning. I'm still learning, and up till now, it's still kind of, it's still hazy and it's not very, very clear and understandable like stocks and other asset classes. It's somewhat complicated. So when I eventually understand fully, I think I will key into these technologies. It's not something somebody can just wave aside or ignore. I think it's the rave of the moment, and it will really persist into the near or distant future. Number 7 is legal and tax implication. The tax treatment of cryptocurrencies, varies from one jurisdiction to another, and users may face legal and tax challenges, including reporting requirements and potential liabilities, depending on where you are investing from. My country, I think sometimes back, banned cryptocurrency investing. I think if lifted the ban now. I don't know fully. I'm not very, very interested in what happens in the crypto space, at least for now. I'm trying my best to be conversant with what is happening, actually. So number 8 is environmental impacts. Some cryptocurrencies, particularly those using proof of work, consumes, proof of work consensus mechanism have been criticized for their high energy consumption and environmental impact. When it comes to energy consumption, they consume huge amounts of energy. The entire network is energy, is energy intensive to run. Number 9 is limited acceptance. Despite growing adoption, many businesses and merchants still do not accept cryptocurrencies as a form of payments, limiting the practical usage of this medium of exchange. Unlike traditional cash, and credit cards, many merchants don't still accept cryptocurrencies. Maybe with time they will come to adopt, but for now, many of them are still skeptical. They don't really want to key into this network. Number 10 is irreversible transactions. Cryptocurrencies transactions are typically irreversible, meaning once confirmed, they cannot be undone. So this can be problematic in case of errors or fraud. You can't reverse a typical cryptocurrency transaction. It's irreversible. And so in the case of fraud taking place, that means the procedure cannot be reversed. And so you stand to lose your money as a result. Number 11 is market manipulation. The relatively unregulated nature of cryptocurrency may encourage, or lead to market manipulation. So, and equally can lead to price volatility driven by large players or coordinated activities. That is a typical disadvantage we must take into consideration. There is that tendency for market manipulation. Number 12 is lack of recourse. If funds are lost or stolen, there's no recourse for recovery, as transactions are final and there's no central authority to assist with any dispute. Who do you go to? Where do you go for recourse in case of fraud, disagreements, loss of currency or whatsoever? You can't contact anybody. It's a very huge disadvantage. You are simply left on your own to bear your losses and to, bear whatever you could pass through as an investor in cryptocurrencies. Number 13 is technological risk. Cryptocurrencies rely on technology that may be subject to bugs, software, and vulnerabilities or other technical issues that can impact their functionality. So the entire thing is based on complicated technology. And in case of any hitches here and there, you discover that it will really, really affect transactions, and that would definitely impact you as an investor. The technological risk is there, it's not going away because everything is centralized on technology. Number 14 is cultural and institutional resistance. Cryptocurrencies face resistance from traditional finance institutions and cultural norms, which can hinder their integration and acceptance at large. We discovered up to now, many institutions, many people are still kicking against cryptocurrencies. You know, someone described it as something designed for by the paranoid to the for the paranoid. I think it's literally Munger also. He doesn't like it at all, and even Buffett is not really fully attuned to accepting cryptocurrency. The people like Howard Marks of Oak Trees Capital Management, he has gone to accept it. Bill Miller of the Lake Mason Fund, is a very huge fan of cryptocurrency, but some managers up to now still do not want to accept the reality of the prevalence of cryptocurrencies. Yeah. Number 15 is investment risk. Investing in cryptocurrencies carries a huge risk due to their speculative nature. They are really, really speculative in nature because you can't value them. You can't really, there are no fundamentals for you to use to value these instruments. So, and investors may experience significant losses if the market turns against them. The market can, decides to, go against cryptocurrency investing, and you stand to obtain losses as a result. These disadvantages highlight the potential risks and challenges associated with cryptocurrencies, underscoring the importance of careful consideration and risk management for users and investors. So you must introduce a certain level of risk management. You diversify, make it a very tiny part of your portfolio because of the inherent risk associated with cryptocurrencies.